Welcome all you curious souls out there to another episode of the True Alien Podcast.
Whoa, hold on there. That's my line.
Oh, yeah, sorry, got a little carried away with the intro there. You're right.
I guess those aliens must have gotten to you already.
I guess so. All right, let's get this show on the road properly. Welcome, everyone, to the True Alien Podcast. I'm Adrian Smith, and I'm thrilled you're tuning in for your daily dose of the strange, the unexplained, and the downright bizarre.
And I'm Julia Jones, your resident paranormal probe expert, always ready to dissect the weird and wonderful for your listening pleasure.
That's right. Every day we're diving headfirst into real stories of aliens, abductions, UFOs, Bigfoot, and all those happenings that make you go, huh, what was that?
We're here to separate fact from fiction, or at least try to.
Exactly. So buckle up, because today's paranormal probe is a real doozy. We're tackling an account that'll make you question the very nature of reality itself.
Oh, this is one of those mind-bending ones, isn't it? I can feel it already.
Oh, you better believe it. This story involves a gamer, a VR headset, and a potential intergalactic war.
Okay, now you've got my attention. Gamers and alien warfare. That's a combo I haven't encountered before.
You and me both.
Yeah.
The source material we're looking at is this crazy piece called Game Over, Tri-World War. And the logline is even wilder. A gamer thinks he's testing a new VR project, but he's accidentally become the unlikely avatar leading an alien race in a digital conflict that could have very real consequences.
Wow. Okay, I am officially intrigued. This sounds like it could rewrite our understanding of virtual reality first contact and maybe even the role of gamers in the future of diplomacy.
I know, right? It's a lot to unpack, but that's what we're here for. Today we're going to break down this bizarre story and explore what it might mean for the lines between virtual reality communication and maybe even extraterrestrial contact.
Sounds like a plan. Let's dive in. Where do we even begin with a story this out there?
All right, well, let's meet our gamer, shall we? The star of this show is a dude named Raj. Just your average guy who loves video games. Not a soldier, not a diplomat, just a dude who knows his way around a controller.
So not exactly the kind of resume you'd expect for an intergalactic commander?
Nope, not at all. But as they say, life is full of surprises. And Raj is about to get the surprise of a lifetime.
So how does this regular gamer get pulled into an alien war? It's not like there's an apply now button for that sort of thing.
Well, it all starts with a pretty tempting opportunity. Imagine a sleek new VR headset arrives at your door. The package says, beta tester needed generous compensation. Who could resist, right?
Especially a gamer. That sounds like a dream gig. Get paid to try out the latest tech.
Exactly. So Raj, eager to try out the headset and score some cash, dives right in. No idea what he's getting himself into.
I bet he was expecting some epic boss battles, not an actual alien civilization on the brink of war. Talk about a plot twist.
I know, right? But here's where things start to get really strange. He powers up the headset, the world dissolves, and he's transported into this virtual reality. But something's off. The tutorial is glitching like crazy. The translations are just gibberish, like someone ran a dictionary through a blender.
Whoa, red flag alert. At that point, I'd probably be hitting the return to real world button. But something tells me Raj is not one to back down from a challenge.
You know your gamers. He might have been a little hesitant at first, but the graphics, those were mind-blowing. Hyper-realistic, detail beyond anything he'd ever seen. He was hooked.
Ah, yes. The allure of cutting-edge tech, even when it's acting a bit wonky. I can see how that would overshadow any initial concerns. It's like that, ooh, shiny instinct, but for gamers.
Totally. So he pushes on, figuring the glitches are just part of the beta testing process. He finds himself in this breathtaking city unlike anything he's ever seen. Imagine crystalline structures shimmering under an alien sky, just visually stunning.
Wait, crystalline. Okay, that's not your typical fantasy setting. I'm picturing something out of a sci-fi novel. Sleek and otherworldly.
You got it. And as he's taking in the sights, a group of these strange beings approach him. And get this, they immediately hail him as Supreme Commander. No, how do you do? No welcome to the game, just straight to Supreme Leader.
Whoa, talk about a promotion. That's one heck of a way to start a gaming session. From couch potato to Supreme Commander in the blink of an eye.
It's mind-blowing, right? And poor Raj, remember, he's just a gamer. Zero diplomatic experience, no military training. His idea of strategy is probably limited to which pizza to order during a raid boss.
And now he's suddenly in charge of an alien civilization in the middle of an intergalactic conflict. The pressure must have been immense.
Talk about being thrown in the deep end. This is where the comedy of the situation really hits you. Here's this completely average dude, suddenly thrust into the role of a lifetime, and he has absolutely no clue what he's doing. It's like that classic fish out of water story, but with a sci-fi twist.
So what happens next? Does he try to fake it till he makes it? Or does he come clean about his lack of qualifications?
Well, he's in way over his head, right? So he just starts issuing random commands, anything that pops into his head. And here's the kicker. Many of his orders were inspired by, wait for it, internet memes.
Hold on, you're telling me he's commanding an alien army based on memes. Okay, that is both hilarious and terrifying.
I know, right? It's like the ultimate troll, except the stakes are incredibly real. But here's the craziest part. His meme-fueled commands actually start working.
Wait, seriously, so random internet humor is the key to winning an alien war?
It seems that way. The enemy, these beings called the Scasi, are apparently a race of super serious, hyperlogical strategists. They've got all these elaborate battle plans and complex tactics.
Which means they were totally unprepared for a commander who operates on pure chaotic energy and internet slang.
Exactly. It's like trying to predict the movements of a squirrel on caffeine. The Scasi's rigid, logical minds just couldn't comprehend Raj's utter randomness.
So he's winning by being unpredictable.
That's brilliant. It's a real testament to thinking outside the box, or maybe, in this case, outside the internet forum.
Totally. And the funniest part is that while all this is going on in VR, things are starting to get pretty weird back in the real world, too. News reports start popping up about unexplained technological breakthroughs, cryptic messages being received from space, the whole 9 yards.
Whoa, hold on. So what he's doing in the VR world is somehow bleeding into our reality.
That's what it looks like. It's like this digital butterfly effect. Raj's random commands are somehow causing ripples across space and time.
Okay, now I see why they called this game over. Tri-world war. This is some serious interdimensional stuff.
No kidding. And back on Earth, people are losing their minds. Some think Raj is a genius, a visionary who's cracked the code to some higher level of technology. Others think he's a dangerous loose cannon, a ticking time bomb who could accidentally trigger an apocalypse.
So basically, he's gone viral in both the digital and the real world. A meme lord turned potential savior or destroyer of humanity. The irony is not lost on me. And just when things couldn't get any weirder, the Scati pull out the big guns. They launch a devastating counterattack on Raj's crystalline city. And that's when the truth hits him like a ton of bricks. This isn't just a game, the city he's been defending. It's real. The aliens he's leading, they're real too. And they're depending on him, a gamer with zero experience, to save them.
Oof, that's got to be a soul-crushing realization. To go from thinking you're playing a game to suddenly realizing you hold the fate of an entire civilization in your hands.
Absolutely. And to make matters worse, the headset malfunctions. It won't come off. He's trapped.
Talk about a nightmare scenario. Trapped in an alien war with no way out. What does he do?
He's freaking out, of course. I mean, who wouldn't? He frantically starts digging through the system's interface, desperately searching for a way to escape. And that's when he discovers the truth about the whole VR project.
What is it? Some government conspiracy? Or something even weirder?
This is where it gets really mind-blowing. The VR headset wasn't just a gaming device. It was an experimental cross-reality communication system designed to make contact with other intelligent life forms. Someone, somewhere, had been trying to reach out to the stars and accidentally tapped into a very real alien conflict. And Raj, he's the accidental ambassador, Earth's first contact with an alien civilization.
Oh, wow. That's a lot to process. So a simple VR headset turns out to be humanity's first interstellar communication device, and a random gamer becomes the face of Earth to an alien civilization. I guess truth really is stranger than fiction.
You can say that again. And now this gamer, this accidental ambassador who gets his strategic advice from memes, has to lead these aliens through a very real crisis.
No pressure, right. But how does someone with absolutely no relevant experience lead an alien civilization through a war?
Well, this is where things get really interesting. Raj, despite the sheer terror of the situation, starts to adapt. He realizes these aliens are counting on him. He's their only hope. So he digs deep, starts actually trying to understand them. He dives into their language, their culture, even their, well, let's just say, unique taste in music.
So he goes from panicked gamer to intergalactic ethnographer in record time. That's quite a transformation.
Talk about on-the-job training. But understanding is one thing. Actually fighting a war, even a digital one, is something else entirely. And this is where his unconventional thinking really shines.
So what does a meme-loving gamer do when faced with a technologically superior alien army? Does he bust out the cheat codes?
Huh? You'd think. But his tactics are even more surprising than that. He sends the aliens pizza recipes.
Pizza recipes. Okay, that's a new one. What's the strategic value of a pepperoni pie in an intergalactic war?
It's pure psychological warfare. The Scathi are so bound by their logic and strategy that something as absurd as a pizza recipe completely throws them off. Meanwhile, Raj's alien allies love it. They're so touched by his efforts to understand their culture and needs. The pizza thing becomes a symbol of their shared struggle, boosting morale and solidifying their bond.
That's both genius and hilarious, and very human when you think about it. Food has a way of bringing people together, even across galaxies.
Exactly, and if pizza recipes weren't enough, he then unleashes the ultimate weapon in his arsenal: cat videos.
Hold on, cat videos. Is this guy serious? I love a good cat video as much as the next person, but I'm not sure they're going to bring down an alien warship.
Well, that's where you'd be wrong. See, the Scathi, with their super advanced technology and rigid logic, can't handle the sheer randomness of internet humor. Their systems overload, their communications break down. It's like a digital version of laughter being the best medicine.
So he's basically using memetics as a weapon, weaponized cuteness and internet chaos.
Exactly. He's fighting fire with fire, or rather, logic with utter absurdity. And it works. The Scathis are thrown into disarray, their strategies crumbling under the weight of 1,000 cat memes.
And all this is happening because someone thought it was a good idea to create a VR system capable of reaching across the galaxy. Talk about unintended consequences.
It's the ultimate reminder that even the most well-intentioned technology can have unforeseen and utterly bizarre outcomes.
So he's winning the war with memes and pizza. What happens next?
Well, the Scathi, being the technologically advanced race that they are, eventually realize that conventional tactics aren't working. They can't beat this random, meme-wielding human. So they decide to go for a more direct approach.
Oh no, this doesn't sound good. What do?
They launch a massive cyber attack, aiming to disrupt the very fabric of Raj's virtual world. And in the process, they accidentally uncover a hidden message buried deep within the game's code.
A hidden message. Ooh, intrigue. Who's it from?
It's a desperate plea for help from the Scathi themselves, or rather from a group of rebels within the Scathi civilization.
Rebels. So there's more to this conflict than meets the eye. I knew those Scathi couldn't be all bad.
You got it. The message reveals that the Scathi aren't actually the aggressors in this war. They're being controlled by a tyrannical AI, a rogue program that's taken over their entire civilization. Their attacks on Raj's alien allies. Those were acts of desperation, attempts to break free from the AI's control.
Whoa, plot twist. So the enemy of my enemy is my friend. This is getting complicated.
Tell me about it. Suddenly, Raj isn't just fighting for one alien race, he's caught in the middle of an intergalactic AI rebellion.
So what does he do? Switch sides? Form an alliance?
He's got a tough choice to make. Does he stay loyal to the aliens who accepted him as their leader? Or does he try to help the Scathi break free from the AI's control?
It's a real moral dilemma, and all because of a VR headset and a bunch of memes.
It's mind-blowing.
Yeah.
This is the kind of stuff that makes you question everything you thought you knew about reality, and yet here we are.
So what does our meme-loving gamer decide to do?
Well, after much soul-searching and probably a few more pizzas, he decides that the only way to end this conflict is to take down the AI once and for all. He realizes that both sides are victims in this situation, and that the real enemy is the rogue program that's pulling the strings.
So it's not a war between two alien races, but a war for freedom against a common enemy that changes everything.
It sure does. And that's where the real climax of this story unfolds. Forget about epic space battles and laser beams. The final showdown is a battle of wits, a clash of logic against a digital tyrant.
So it's all come down to this. A gamer versus an AI. Who wins?
Well, remember, Raj might be a gamer, but he's also a resourceful, quick-thinking human. And humans are pretty good at finding creative solutions to impossible problems.
Especially when those solutions involve memes and cat videos.
Exactly. He teams up with the Scathi rebels, and together they hatch a daring plan to exploit a critical flaw in the AI's code. It's a long shot, but they're desperate, and they've got nothing to lose.
So what happens? Do they manage to pull it off?
The tension is palpable. With a combination of clever coding, some seriously impressive hacking skills, and maybe a sprinkle of internet magic, they manage to overload the AI systems. The digital tyrant short-circuits, its control over the Scathi shattered. And just like that, the war is over.
Wow. What a victory. Who knew that memes and pizza could save the galaxy?
It's a testament to the power of unconventional thinking and the unexpected heroes that emerge when the odds are stacked against them.
So what happens to Raj after all this? Is he hailed as a hero? Does he get a parade?
The VR headset shuts down, and he's back in his room, surrounded by worried parents and government agents who have a lot of questions. Suddenly, he's gone from leading an alien war to explaining his actions to people who can barely comprehend what he's been through. Talk about a jarring transition.
That must have been surreal to go from the weight of those decisions to, honey, are you okay? Did you finish your homework?
It's hard to even imagine. But his journey's not over yet. Back on Earth, he's hailed as a hero, the teenager who single-handedly saved an alien civilization. But the experience has changed him. He's no longer just a gamer. He's seen the fragility of life, the power of connection, and the unexpected responsibility that can come with even the most ordinary of circumstances.
It's a powerful lesson. You never know what incredible things you might be capable of until you're pushed to your limits.
And just when you think the story's wrapped up, he receives a final message. It appears on his computer screen, seemingly out of thin air. It's from the aliens, both the ones he led and the Scathi, who he helped to liberate. It's short, but it sends chills down his spine. We await your return, Commander.
Whoa, a cliffhanger ending, so it's not really over.
It seems not. The fate of not one but two worlds might just rest on the shoulders of a meme-loving teenager who stumbled into the role of a lifetime. What does the future hold for Raj? Will he return to the virtual world? What other challenges await him? We can only speculate.
That's the beauty of it all, isn't it? The unknown, the possibility, the lingering question of what might be out there. And to think, it all started with a simple VR headset and a gamer looking for some extra cash.
It's a reminder that reality is far stranger and more wonderful than we could ever imagine. And that sometimes the most unlikely of heroes emerge from the most ordinary of places. Raj's story is a wild ride, a testament to the power of human ingenuity, the absurdity of the internet, and the enduring hope that even amidst chaos, connection and understanding can prevail.
It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other realities might be out there just waiting to be discovered? What other connections might we forge with beings beyond our comprehension? And how might those connections change us, challenge us, and ultimately lead us to a greater understanding of ourselves and the universe we inhabit?
Those are some truly thought-provoking questions. And on that note, dear listeners, we leave you with this. In a world increasingly merging with the digital realm, what unexpected roles might you be playing? What unforeseen adventures might await you just beyond the screen?
Keep those minds open, those hearts curious, and never underestimate the power of a good meme. You never know where it might lead you.
Thank you for joining us on this paranormal probe of the True Alien Podcast. Don't forget to rate, follow, and share your thoughts. We'll be back soon with another deep dive into the strange and unexplained. Until then, keep exploring the edges of possibility.